Good morning. It's 8 o'clock. We have got so much post-Gen Con news. Some of it good, most of it weird, some of it bad, and a lot of brand new controversies for Wizards of the Coast to hang their tails on. What's this going to be, like once per quarter, Wizards of the Coast? Now you're going to do something unbelievably stupid? Q1, the OGL thing. Q2, the AI art thing. So let's dive into this real fast, because we've got not one, not two stories regarding the AI art and Wizards of the Coast, plus a whole separate controversial story that Wizards of the Coast seems to have dived headfirst into, which gets back to my original premise regarding Wizards of the Coast. Just stop. Don't open your mouth anymore. All right, let's clarify the AI art thing, because there seems to be confusion. There's actually two controversies involving the Wizards of the Coast AI art policy and the Big B's. That's still not Big B. I don't care what you say. Glory to the Giants. Number one, artist submits art to Wizards of the Coast in good faith. Wizards of the Coast used AI to digitally change the art enough that they could say it was their own and not the artist. Artist finds out about it, complains. Wizards of the Coast claims, oops, we didn't know. Post this thing about today we became aware that the artist used the AI art. So that's story number one. Story number one is they changed the art without telling the guy. The guy found out. The guy went, no. Wizards of the Coast went, oops, too bad. And then they're like, oh, we didn't know. Okay, so that's number one, which, of course, opens up the door. How much else of the art in Big B's Glory to the Giants is AI altered so that they can take the artist's work and not give the artist any credit? Or they can just keep going through art they've already used and just digitally remastering it through AI and then representing it as something new. Is this going to be like Alan Smithy Presents? Are you just going to make up artists and then use digital art and AI to create brand new things out of stuff you already did? And then when people say, oh, that was mine, you can say, no, it wasn't. And then you can say, oh, we're totally against anybody else giving us AI art, but we can use AI art all we want as long as nobody finds out, which is basically what Wizards is saying. Wizards is saying, you cannot submit AI art to us, but we can use AI art to create and change art as long as no one finds out. And if somebody finds out, we'll play the plausible deniability card. Number two, completely separate story, but also involving Big B's Glory to the Giants. So I guess that'll be their controversial title of 2024. Artist uses AI, creates art. Artist uses AI art to touch up art. Oh, there's a mistake, blah, blah, blah. AI, please fix it, introduce the shading, whatever. December 2022. He submits the art. He tells Wizards, and he posts in an article, I used AI to touch up this product. Wizards accepts the art from artists. Wizards acknowledges, oh, thank you for this art that you used AI to touch up. Then somehow Wizards conveniently forgets that this guy told them in December 2022 that he used AI art. And then during Gen Con, when people are starting to get their digital copies of Big B's, and the people who claim they have the physical copies, so apparently there are people out there who claim they had the physical copies even before the physical copies were available. I don't know how you got it, Veruca, but you've been making multiple videos that you had it, and it's like, no, you don't have it. But okay, so people got the digital copy during Gen Con, called out Wizards on the AI art. Wizards said, oops, we didn't know this guy used AI art. Posted this. Now they're going to go in and change the art in the digital one, whether you like it or not, because they can do that through D&D Beyond. If you haven't purchased it yet, you're going to, then you can buy the new one with the new art. If you've already have purchased it, they're going to change the art whether you like it or not. And if you're one of those people who are claiming you have the physical copy and somehow you actually do have the physical copy, that's going to have the old pre-AI, the old art, the AI art in it. At which point people will go, shame on you for having a product that has AI art in it that Wizards didn't know about it. You're going to have to buy a brand new copy with the brand new art. Now, once again, Wizards knew in December that this guy used AI art to fix up his work. He submitted it to them. They knew. Somehow, oops, they forgot. It went through the entire process from December till last week, passing through every editor, every algorithm, everything, got out into the digital world. People found the digital world, went, hey, that's AI art. Wizards went, oops, I don't know how we missed that. The guy never told us. And the guy's like, yeah, I did. I told you in December. And Wizards was like, oh, well, I guess the person missed it. That must have been the same person whose job it was to notice the Space Monkey bullshit in Spelljammer. I guess they weren't at work that day and they missed it. Oops. Going forward, we have a brand new AI art policy that basically says, again, you cannot give us any AI art. You cannot give us any art that's been touched up with AI. But we can use AI to go in and change your art as long as you don't find out about it. So once again, a huge FU to creators from Wizards. Wizards of the Coast was expecting, hoping nobody would notice that because of Wizards of the Coast assumes we're all stupid. And then when it was called out, Wizards of the Coast, in their usual self-destruct manner, instead of addressing it the way any other corporation would, made a big hullabaloo out of it, making themselves once again look like the villain. There is no aspect of this scenario where Wizards of the Coast was correct. And of course, this is now going to open a whole new controversial chapter, AI art versus computer-assisted art. Is computer-assisted art okay? And what point of time does it stop being computer-assisted art and start becoming completely AI art? Because artist number 2 made the product, and then he used AI to touch it up. And Wizards of the Coast is saying, we didn't know that. But Wizards of the Coast is completely denying that they went in and changed the other guy's art using AI. They're just now falling back on the plausible deniability of their brand new AI art policy. And claiming again, oh, we're not going to use AI art. We want our artists to make stuff. What they're really saying is we're going to use AI art as long as we don't get caught. I'm sure we will have more of this story. It's only Monday morning. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to have to wait at least a day, if not 2, for them to roll out Crawford or somebody else or Kyle Brink or some other idiot to make a blanket 45-minute long statement where they will try and shucky ducky quack quack us to hopefully glaze over this, which will make it even worse as more and more artists rise up and go, oh, well, screw you, Wizards of the Coast. How long have you been changing AI art and not telling people? Now I got to go and look through the previous 100 products that I've submitted stuff to see whether you changed my stuff or not, and I didn't know about it. And Wizards will go, oh, well, screw you. You got your money. It became ours. So it's just another landmine filled field of dumb the Wizards of the Coast have dumped headfirst into. Any other corporation would probably have handled this 10 to 100% better than Wizards of the Coast. But because Wizards of the Coast is run by a bunch of petulant, self-absorbed, uneducated morons, this happens where it shouldn't have happened. And now we're going to have a brand new AI art policy in place. People who have Big B's physical copy are either going to have to get a new physical copy with the new art or have the scarlet letter on their chest saying, oh, you bought the product with the AI art in it. Shame on you. And the people with a digital copy will be like, hey, my art changed. I didn't know Wizards could do that. And Wizards can go, ha, 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 you're only renting space in D&D Beyond, idiot. We can do whatever we want to your product. And there's nothing you can do to stop us. Ha, 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 ha. Thanks for the $30. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have more of this, but unfortunately I have to take Steve to the vet. So this is all we know as of now to close up. Story number 1. Guy gives art to Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast changes art with AI. Guy finds out. Wizards of the Coast denies, then posts stupid thing. leaving open how many other people's art has Wizards of the Coast changed using AI without telling them, and how much more art do they have in stock that they can just keep running through the AI, reuse, create made-up artists a la Alan Smithy, and then move forward. And anytime anybody calls them on them, they can just play the brand new AI art card. Story number 2, Guy gives AI art to Wizards. Wizards knows he uses AI art. Guy says in article in December, I used AI to fix this up. Wizards somehow forgets this until the day before yesterday when they got caught, and then they went, oops, we missed it. All right, I got to take Steve to the vet. Unfortunately, keep your fingers crossed. We will have more stories from Gen Con because, oh my God, so much news. But sadly, I have to do this first, but I'll be back later today. Fingers crossed. Keep Steve in your heart, and I'll talk to you later.